friends, it's Sam and welcome to my Anger Diaries, a series that I have finally come up with a name for. It's accurate. It, when shortened, spells out MAD and I'm mad, and therefore we can make a hashtag called Mad with Sam, and I think it's perfection. Good job, Sam. Good job, brain. Hashtag get mad with Sam. In today's episode, we're going to look into my main anger triggers. These are by no means the only triggers to my anger, but they are probably the biggest and most frequent. If you also struggle with anger, be sure to subscribe because I have big plans for this series. I have so many video ideas, so many management technique ideas, and hopefully we can get unmad together. So with that out of the way, let's delve into the dark depths of my anger triggers. So the first trigger is, I would say, an irrational one because it really shouldn't affect me how other people communicate if you know what they're trying to say. But I have such a problem with poor grammar or poor spelling or mispronunciation, and it just sets me off, and I've got to remind myself that it's not harming me when Jess says badminton instead of badminton. It's fine. I don't have to correct her every time, but I do. I have to correct people. I can't help it. I feel like people need to know when they're wrong. I feel like with mispronunciation, the words genuinely and generally are the biggest triggers for me because people mash them together and mean one of them. They're not sure which word they mean, so they're gonna use both in a sort of genuinely sort of word. You know what I mean? And just stop. Use a different word. Get a thesaurus. Look up genuinely, look up generally, soak in the synonyms and never use those two words again. Thanks. A couple of other semantics that kind of get on my nerves but shouldn't are incorrect comments on my YouTube videos, like in a favourites video, I'll have a dress, I'll show it to the camera, I'll describe it as a dress, and then someone will comment saying I liked the jumper. No, it's a dress. I said it was a dress. Where's the miscommunication here? So I just had to move location because there are men drilling beneath my bedroom window again. For God's sake! Another anger trigger, which I actually didn't write down. I've got 2 full pages of triggers, but I didn't write down stupid men drilling beneath my bedroom window while I'm trying to film a YouTube video. Anyway, with the change of location, we will move on to the next category, which is not being listened to. I can't stand having to repeat myself. It makes me so mad when I've told someone something and they haven't taken it in, they didn't even listen, they're probably thinking about their dinner that they're gonna have later, or something more important than me, and it makes me feel really small and insignificant. And then they'll ask me a question which I literally just answered in talking to them and they just didn't listen. Which I guess rolls off the back of the nice jumper thing. And another comment that I've had on a YouTube video before was, "Hi Amy." I'm like, good job, you read a word in my YouTube name. However, do I not start every single video with, "Hi friends, it's Sam"? I hate being spoken over. Like, someone will ask me a question and I'll start to answer it and then they'll talk over me and I'm like, what I'm saying to you less important than what you have to say to me, even though you've just asked me a question and have spoken over my answer? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're making me mad is what you're doing. Colleagues talking to me when I'm busy is sort of a similar sort of thing. Like, I'm serving a customer, I'm talking to them, trying to hear what they want to order, and a colleague will be next to me like, "Oh Sam, how was your weekend? Oh Sam, what'd you do when the lottery machine's not working?" I'm like, I can't talk to two people at once. I'm serving this customer. The customer comes first. Leave me alone a minute. Another one that I'm kind of getting better at dealing with is being underappreciated. This goes for work and sometimes at home. It has happened to me quite a lot in the past. Like, I'll do the dishes and then it's not good enough because I haven't done the laundry as well. Or I'll do every single piece of stock in work, put it out on the shelves, miss one thing and it's not good enough. And it really winds me up, but it is what it is. Nothing's ever good enough for anyone, and I guess that's the same for everyone. Next category, which I find increasingly difficult to deal with, is superiority. Recently, I have been feeling really empowered in terms of my self-worth. I am really learning to love myself, and the fact that people treat me a certain way can really make me mad. It's like, I'm a queen, alright? I'm Sam. You not heard of me? I'm Sam. I'm great. Why are you talking to me like that? And I feel like everyone should have that outlook on themselves. I know it's really hard because it's taken me 26 years and I'm still in the process of loving myself, but it's quite empowering. You should try it. But yeah, there was a man in work once who needed me to cash a check for him, and I'd never seen him before. And my boss wasn't in, and I can't okay checks if I don't know the person. So he handed me his check and I said, I need to ring my boss a minute. So I rang him, didn't pick up. I said, you're gonna have to wait till he comes back. He'll be about half an hour. Not very long. Not very long to wait. Half an hour, maybe less. No, not good enough. He swore at me and he yelled and he stormed out, and I was just a bit like, can't afford to get sacked, sorry. It made me kind of mad, even though at that point, like, I kind of did let it roll off my back because you're the one who can't get his money because he's being impatient. Haha. Subcategory in the superiority category is people making light of my mental illnesses or trying to make it out that they have it worse than me. I can't personally say how bad you have it because I don't live in your brain, and the same goes for you. I really suffer with my depression sometimes. Currently okay. Currently having some really good days, but my depression can get horrific. It can get so awful. And it really brings me down when people make out that they have it worse than me, or try and guilt me that I'm like a drag and that I'm no fun to be around. I'm like, I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? That does not make my depression better, you telling me that I'm no fun. People trying to tell me how I feel or think is sort of a similar thing to that. Oh, it's not that bad. What have you got to be depressed about? Not how depression works. By the way, it's really you that's causing your depression, so you can sort it out easy. No. No, no. No. And off the back of that comes unwarranted advice. Oh, read this book, do this, go on that diet, do that. Just be happy, just smile. Fake it till you make it. I don't want your advice. If I want it, I'll ask for it. I know, like, these people are trying to help, but help is kind of one of my triggers. If I'm honest, like, I'll be cooking, I'll be like, yes, I'm gonna make this masterpiece all by myself. And then someone will come in and help, and I'm like, this one is kind of a tricky one in this category, because it should be a good thing and I should be happy for people when they do this, but I just can't be, because I've just told them that I'm very depressed and sad. And they will then go on to tell me how wonderful their lives are and what great things they're doing and how accomplished they feel and how they just bought something really nice and how they just moved to a shiny new house and they just went on a holiday, and isn't my life just amazing while you're just sat there crying and punching a wall because you're so angry. People telling me my vegan food looks gross when they're sat there literally eating a corpse. Next category is change, specifically changes in plans. I have a meal plan that we have on the side of the fridge. I don't know if you've ever spotted it in the background of vlogs or anything, but I plan our dinners. Like lunch and breakfast is up to the individual, but I plan the dinners. I write down what we're going to have every day, and we tend to stick to it. However, sometimes I'll get home on a day that Jess has had off and she'll be like, oh, I didn't fancy that, so we're having this. And my mind just goes poof. And it's fine, not the end of the world. It's a meal plan. It's no big deal. But in my mind, in my control freakish mind, it's the end of the world. And then you've got unexpected doctor's appointments, which I have to drive mum to, but that is another thing that's okay and acceptable and has to be done, but it's just short notice, you know? Like, oh Sam, we're going here tomorrow, what? The next category is invasion of personal space. I don't like being touched, like, ever. Don't stand that close to me. Don't breathe on me, because I don't want to smell what you've just eaten. Okay? There's a colleague in work who will just touch me all the time. She doesn't mean any harm, but if she wants to talk to me, she'll grab me on my wrist and I'm like, ugh, nah, nah. And then she'll like brush past me instead of saying excuse me, because she's little and she thinks she can fit. And I'm like, you're still too close to me. Doesn't matter if you touch me. You're still too close to me. Excuse me works just fine. A quick category and very self-explanatory is windy weather. I drive now, so I don't walk that many places at the moment, but when I do, I remember how horrific walking to work was on a windy day. Hair in the nose, hair in the eyes, hair in the mouth, hair in the ears, hair everywhere. Or hair blown back out of your face, wind down your throat, asthma acting up, and big sticky out ears on full display. Just no. The next category, don't listen Dawn, is dogs. Specifically this dog sitting next to me just off camera. There he is. He's cute. However, he is naughty. Very, very naughty. If he decides it's time for a walk, he will follow me around the house. If he wants my lunch, he will follow me around the house and attempt to trip me up so that he can eat my fallen lunch off the floor. He misbehaves on walks, he runs into the road, he runs and barks at other dogs. And he'll try to upend me while I'm picking up his poo. He's a nightmare. But that's not all. Other dog walkers go into this category. It's not like particularly their dogs, it's them. Like, I used to walk Dawn on a particular route and there would be a man that just left his front door open. and his dog would run out and go for Don. And it was such a friendly dog. Black lab, gorgeous, so happy, so cute. But Don is a terrier with no teeth who tries to fight other dogs, and it's all well and good that he can't hurt them, but they could hurt him in self-defense. And this man knew that that was my regular route, and he just left his door open and tried to like half-heartedly call his dog back. Like, oh, come back. Oh no. Oh dear. And I'm like holding Don away from this black lab. Get away from my dog. And then there's people walk their dogs towards me while I'm trying to move Don away, and they're like, oh, he's all right, he's all right. I'm like, mine isn't. Why do you think I'm trying to move my dog away? If my dog was all right, I would just let him walk forward. And if you looked like you were going to walk away, I would move him away. It's just common sense, body language. Stupid, stupid people. You may have perfectly, beautifully trained dogs, but I don't. I've got that little bum licker there. Don't stop licking your bum. Penultimate category is other drivers. As a new driver, I have the rules of the road fresh in my mind. I drive at or below the speed limit because I only have 6 points on my license for 2 years, and I don't want to retake my tests. So I'm a good girl. Other drivers aren't good girls. No, no. Yesterday, there was a van driving this close to my bumper. We were in a 20 zone. She didn't like the 20 zone, so she was going to drive up my bum. So we got to a junction. I was going to turn right, she was going to turn left, so she got next to me. I leaned past my mum and put my middle finger up at her. And she did it back to me and drove off, which was fine, but she knew that she was in the wrong. Okay, like, I'm not just gonna flip the bird at any old van driver. My mum was horrified. She was like, Sam, don't do that. I was like, Mum, it's dangerous. If I had to brake for a little kid shooting into the road on a scooter, she would have gone smack into me. It's not okay. And the final one is another irrational trigger that should not bother me in the slightest because it's fiction. However, the final category is Slytherin stigma. I am a loyal Slytherin. I love my house. I love what it represents. I love its members. And no one else does. I'll watch a video of, say, someone sorting characters from their favourite film into Hogwarts houses, and they'll put all the mean ones into Slytherin and all the nice ones everywhere else, and I'm like, Slytherins aren't just mean. Have you seen Scorpius Malfoy? He is precious. Draco Malfoy is the ultimate redemption story. I am the sweetest Slytherin you will ever meet with anger issues. But yeah, people just put villains into Slytherin, and I'm like, that's not how the house system works. JK would not be okay with that. Have you not forgotten that one of the biggest villains in Harry Potter was a Gryffindor? BT dubs, Gryffindors are actually the mean ones. Have you seen Seamus Finnegan? And how they turn their backs on Harry in Chamber of Secrets? Gryffindors are mean. Slytherins just respond to their mean behaviour in kind, okay? Okay. But yeah, that was just a few of my anger triggers, just to give you a general idea of what an unhappy bean I can be. In saying all these things, I have been doing really good at controlling my anger recently. And this goes to show in my positivity tracker. It is, this line here is my anger line, and it is majority green. Okay, maybe like 60% green. And that's good. Look how much green there is here. Green is good, and there's lots of green on the positivity tracker, which means that I'm getting somewhere. and that makes me really happy. Also, I've been keeping track of my mood still, and you will notice that there's not too much red, which is the anger color. Be sure to let me know some of your anger triggers in the comments below, and we can rant and rave together, because sometimes ranting and raving really does make you feel better. Like, I feel quite happy now that I've got all that off my chest. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!